Border and Migration Management Governance Enhancing Project launched in Ethiopia. A project, which enhances border and migration management governance in Ethiopia through model border initiatives, technology, and health system strengthening, was launched today. Addressing the launch of the project, IOM Chief of Mission to Ethiopia, Ababata Wainfall said effective border management systems are essential to facilitate
Ethiopia sits at the heart of regional mobility in the Horn of Africa. As movement of people and goods continue to grow, effective border management systems are essential to facilitate legitimate travel and trade while ensuring security and protecting public health. This project takes a comprehensive approach to these challenges.
Ethiopian Public Health Institute Director General, Mesei Hailu, for his part highlighted the collaboration with IOM in providing essential public health.
With, our partners like IOM, different embassies, WHO, UNICEF, and almost other regional public health institutes. So the collaborations have been impactful and successful and productive. So this project is also well aligned with our national priorities, particularly the cross-border communicable diseases prevention and control activities.
Services for refugees as well as IDPs. Netherlands Ambassador to Ethiopia, Christine Perrin.
The project, funded by the Dutch Ministry of Asylum and Migration, builds on recent government proclamations and ICS objectives. It supports infrastructure modernization at the Welle, establishes the foundation for Ethiopia's first API system, and enhances health, border, and mobility management capacities to safeguard public health and to ensure continuity of cross-border movement during health emergencies. Important issues that advance Ethiopia's border and migration governance interest, and also advances our government migrations priority. Projects like these centered on mutual respect, recognition of respective government priorities, and a commitment to a whole-of-government approach are a model to be emulated.
Emphasize the importance of finding the right balance between facilitating cross-border movement while also safe.
Experts call for stronger economic integration to accelerate Africa's development. Policy and finance leaders across Africa have called for stronger implementation of the continent's economic integration agenda to accelerate industrialization, trade, and inclusive development. Executive Chairman of the Africa Prosperity Network, Gabi Asari Ocher Darko, stressed that building a unified African market is essential for unlocking the continent's
economic integration is the way forward for Africa in terms of giving our economies the scale for industrialization, for manufacturing, for intra-African trade, for creating jobs, for allowing the entrepreneurial skills, talents, and creativity of the African youth to be unleashed. If we have an integrated economy of 1.5 billion consumers, then we'll be going somewhere. But if we remain as fragmented as we are, which we inherited from our so-called colonial masters, if we continue protecting that restricted sovereignty, it will continue to arrest our development and detain our progress. So we have absolutely no choice but to come together. And we've already done that on paper. We have all the treaties and protocols. And the Abuja Treaty, which is the basis of this economic integration, gave ourselves 2028 to have a single market. We are no longer, it's just 2 years away. That's why we think that it is important to have this movement. We want the people of Africa to be the owners and drivers of economic integration, because the leadership have done their part in terms of giving us the treaties and protocols, but they haven't been able to implement them.
Chief Executive Officer of the African Trade and Investment Development Insurance, ATIDI, Manuel Moses, also emphasized the importance of the African Continental Free Trade Area in expanding trade among African countries.
For that, as you know, buyers and sellers don't know each other. The continent is very big. So as the traders are expanding into the continent, and you are worried, investors worried of selling to a buyer that they don't know, they can come to us for protection and say, I'm selling to my buyer in South Africa, in Ghana, and I'm afraid that I'm not going to get my money. They can get our protection so that they can trade more. Other regions are trading in the order of 60% of their GDP. The equivalent number in Africa is 16%, so we have a long way to go to trade amongst ourselves. And if we do that, we certainly can change the difference, because this is a $3.5 trillion economy that we're sitting on. We need just to trade amongst ourselves, and we create opportunities and jobs for all Africans. So naturally, we are here to enable finance to happen. We are already actively working in Ethiopia, several projects that we have done in the telecoms, and we are looking forward to also support the infrastructure projects in the country and across the region. Of course, we do need a lot of investment, so definitely integration is important. And as part of the AMFI, which is an association of African institutions, we are trying to see how all of us can pool our resources to support and finance Africa's development, because Africa's development needs to be financed first by us Africans, and then we can invite others to come and join us.
Wildlife conservation efforts enhancing Ethiopia's competitiveness in tourism activities carried out in wildlife and natural resource conservation have helped create favorable conditions for the growth of ecotourism and strengthened Ethiopia's competitiveness as a tourist destination, according to Ministry of Tourism.
Speaking at the opening program of the 60th anniversary of the Ethiopian Wildlife Conservation Authority today, Tourism State Minister Saileshi Girma said the authority has undertaken extensive activities over the years to protect wildlife, natural resources, and ecosystems. He noted that the institution, along with professionals in the sector, has made significant contributions to preserving the country's biodiversity and
በዱር እንስሳት ቱሪዝምና ኢኮቱሪዝም ዘርፍ እድሎችን ከፍቷል። በበርካታ ቱሪስቶች መጎብኘት እንዲችል፣ ለአካባቢው ህብረተሰብ የሥራ ዕድልና የኑሮ ማሻሻያ አማራጭ እንዲፈጥር፣ የውጭ ምንዛሬ እንድናገኝ፣ ኢትዮጵያ ከምትታወቅበት የታሪክና የባህል እሴቶች በተጨማሪ ባላት የተፈጥሮ ሀብት የዱር እንስሳት ብርቅዬ ሀብቶች በዓለም አቀፍ ደረጃ ተወዳዳሪ የቱሪስት መዳረሻ እንድትሆን አስችሏታል።
Ethiopian Wildlife Conservation Authority Director General, Kumara Wakjira, said the institution has carried out effective activities by establishing national parks, protecting natural resources, and combating illegal wildlife trade over the past 6 decades. According to him, there are 87 conservation areas that have been identified based on scientific studies across the country.
በመላ ኢትዮጵያ ከ87 በላይ የተለያዩ የጥበቃ ቦታዎች እንዲቋቋሙና እንዲጠበቁ ያስቻለ ታሪካዊ ስኬት አስመዝግቧል። በተለይም የሰሜን ተራሮች ብሔራዊ ፓርክ እና የባሌ ተራሮች ብሔራዊ ፓርክ ካላቸው ዓለም አቀፋዊ ፋይዳ አንጻር በዓለም ቅርስነት የተመዘገቡ መሆናቸው የኢትዮጵያ የተፈጥሮ ሀብት ጥበቃ ዓለም አቀፍ ክብር ከፍ እንዲል አስችሏል።